You are probably not inconsistent because you're lazy. You are inconsistent because the actions that create clients can feel deeply personal. Hey, it's Jope here, and it's great to have you here. And before we get into anything else, I just want to say something that I really feel a lot of people need to hear today. I say that after seeing this pattern over and over and over again, after working with hundreds of coaches within my programs. I would love for you to reflect on this for a moment and let me know in the comments if this sounds like you. Do you have a post that's been sitting in your drafts for 3 days or more? Or do you have a DM that you've rewritten 5 times and you've still not sent it? Or do you have a real lead that you know you need to follow up with and you keep telling yourself, I'll do it later? Or do you plan to go live and that live video you have been meaning to do for weeks, and somehow there's always a reason today that today is not quite the day? If any of that sounds familiar, stay with me because this one is for you. It really, really is. Here's what I would love to for you to get today. This has never been an issue about you not having the discipline, the ambition, or the motivation, because you are not a lazy person. In fact, you work super hard all day on so many things. You are a capable coach, and actually, you probably have some clients, and you probably have got results for yourself and for them. And you've got proof that your work actually changes things for people. That thing called transformation. And you didn't fall into this by accident. You're building something that's real. But my question is this: why do you still avoid the exact actions that will bring in more of it? Because those actions, we all know, feel exposed. I'll give an example. Posting puts you in front of people who might judge the post, the video. Messaging someone can feel like you are intruding on their day, and making an offer can feel pushy even when it's not. Naming your price can feel like you're, putting your own worth up for review in front of this stranger who you've never met in real time. Tell me in the comments which one of those speaks to you the most. Is it posting, messaging, or naming your price? Now, you see, avoiding these things gives you relief in the moment, in the short term. And I get it. It feels calmer to close the laptop, do it tomorrow. It feels safer to go and work on the landing page, work on the website, work on an email sequence, way more safer than to send a message. But this short-term relief we get is having a real cost. It's costing you visibility, it's costing you conversations, it's costing you the follow-up that would have brought in a client today, tomorrow, this week. And over time, quietly, it costs you income. So, like I said, it's got nothing to do with you not being good at the thing you do. It's because the actions that would prove it are still undone. You're not doing them. And here's the part most folks miss. You are not always avoiding the task. You are avoiding what you think the result might mean about you. So a post that gets barely any response can feel like proof you're not good at this or not good enough, even though most posts on any given day do not get much of a response for anyone. So the silence you get after sending a message can feel like rejection, even though most of the time it's not this personal thing at all. Let's be real, people get busy, people forget to reply, people mean to come back to it and they don't, they kind of forget. You're out with the kids or you're doing something, you get a message, I'll reply to that later, and you really forget. Or it just means nothing at all. A no to your offer can feel like it's about your worth, when usually it's about the timing of the offer, the money involved in the offer, or 100 other things that have got nothing to do with you. And when we name our price, whatever the price is, it can feel like you're putting yourself on a trial, like the number itself is being judged rather than the value behind the number. So here is the line I think is worth remembering, and I would love for you to remember. You are not always avoiding the follow-up. You may be avoiding the story you are scared it will confirm. So we're more scared of the confirmation of the thing that will happen. Because underneath most avoidance, there is this story. And the story usually says something like, if I do this and it goes badly, it will mean something true and awful about me. That is the thing you are actually protecting yourself from. It's not the task, it's the feeling of the task. So now here's something that I say again and again and again, and I want you to really hear this. The coaches who get this right are not the ones who feel ready. They are the ones who stop waiting to feel ready in the first place because they have quietly worked out that this feeling of readiness will never, ever, ever come. You see, no one tells you this because everyone acts like confidence arrives first. Like day one, you wake up and the fear has gone, and then you compose the message and name your price. It doesn't work that way. It never has. Not for me, not for a single coach I've worked with, and honestly, not a coach on the planet. The coaches who are consistent are not braver than you. They have just stopped negotiating with the discomfort of doing the thing. You see, they let it sit there in the room with them and they acted anyway. And this is the whole secret. There is no version of this where the fear leaves first. And this is where a lot of super smart coaches get really stuck without even realizing it. What they do is they learn more, they plan more, they refine more, they watch more trainings, asking one more person for their opinion, redesigning that lead magnet, reworking the funnel again and again and again. Now, none of these things are bad on its own. Learning matters, planning matters, of course. You've got to have your goals, a strategy. But sometimes for this particular type of person, becomes a hiding place because all this stuff feels and looks like progress. It feels productive. You can end the day exhausted and say to yourself, wow, I got so much done today. Look at all these plans I have, these strategies. The problem is none of it was visible to a potential client. None of it led to or created a real conversation with a human being. So knowing what to do is not the same as feeling safe enough to do it. The gap right there between knowing and doing is the most inconsistent income place because none of us lack information. Information is abundant. I mean, it always has been, but even more so now. And especially for the people who I work with, they know exactly what they should be posting, the message they should send. They know what their price should be. Knowing was never the problem. It's the doing part. So let's make this really useful. Here's a simple framework, a reset you can use today. Step one, name the exact action you are avoiding. And I don't want it just to be something like this, not get more visible. Something very precise, like you know you have to follow up with a particular person. So I need to follow up with X. I need to go live. I need to invite this person to a call. I need to make this exact offer to this exact person. So name an action that you've been avoiding, but be super clear about the action that you've been avoiding. Step two, I want you now to name the story underneath this action and ask yourself, what am I scared of? What am I scared this will mean if it doesn't go well? And be really honest with yourself here. No one else needs to see this answer. Step 3, separate the action from your worth. What do I mean? So if you're sending a message and no one replies, silence is not a verdict on you. If you make an offer, a no is not a verdict on you. When you post your thing or go live and it gets low reach, it's not a verdict on you. It's just information. And the fourth thing, step 4, shrink the action and do it today. Not next week, right now. Send one message, one follow-up, one post, one invitation. If it feels too big, make it even smaller again. Why? Small and done beats perfect and postponed every single time. Let me give you a real example because this plays out constantly with the folks that I work with. Say you've got like 3 warm leads, people who you have already spoken to, who've already shown interest, they already know about your offer, and you haven't followed up with them. And it's been some days, maybe weeks. Tell yourself that you're waiting for the right wording. You're not. You're waiting, let's be honest, to avoid looking needy, avoid being ignored. You're avoiding hearing a no. This is the truth of it. And most of us have done this time and time again, including myself. We've all been here. That's what's great about the coaching journey is no one's unique. Everyone's been through this. So here is a message you could send today. It's not like super clever or anything. It's just really honest and simple. And it's like, hey, Mark, I wanted to check in after our last conversation. Is there still something you want support with, or has your focus changed? Hey, Mark, just wondering how things are going since our last conversation. Just a quick one for you. Is there still something you want support with, or have you changed your focus recently? And that's it. It's very respectful. Yes, it is direct. But why is it so good? Well, it gives them an easy way out if the answer is no. And it also gives them an easy way in if the answer is yes. No one will read this and think, wow, this is pushy. In fact, you'll be surprised. Most people really appreciate that you followed up rather than just letting the conversation fade away. So now, here is the real win, which you will get by doing this. And I want you to hear this bit. The win is not whether they reply or not. Of course, it's great. They reply and they say, yes, you got a client. That's a win. But this is not what we're after. Okay, so separate the yes, okay, or the reply, whatever it is, yes, no, or even if they ignore you. It's not about that. It's about this. The win is becoming someone who does not keep negotiating with the action they know that matters. You become someone who takes the action whilst the discomfort is still there. Instead of waiting for it to leave first, because it usually does not leave first, if at all, ever. So every time you take the action, you are creating evidence that you can trust yourself, that you can do this, and this will change the whole game for you. Okay? It's not confidence first, action second. No, it's always action first. Confidence follows behind it quietly, because now you've got the proof. Not a feeling, proof. This is the work we do inside of my program, Doing Mode. We take the next honest action, we learn from what happens, but the key thing is we keep moving. Right, before you go, I want you to do something. I would love for you to comment below this video with the one action you know would move your business forward, but you've been avoiding. Is it going live? Is it making a post, messaging, making an offer, following up, stating your price, whatever it is, just name it. Now, Really important. You don't need a plan for it yet. Just name it. That is more than enough. Okay, awareness. Tomorrow, I'll be talking about why inconsistent income is often connected to inconsistent client creation actions. So follow so you do not miss that one if this has been helpful. Drop me a hashtag live if you've been watching this live, hashtag replay, and I'll see you tomorrow. I've been Matt, you've been amazing, and I'll see you in the next one.